It feels like old times. A voice, a presence, a force unlike any other on-screen legend, Diane Keaton, has passed away at the age of 79. The world is quieter tonight. Hollywood stands still, because a light that defined an era, quirky, wise, fiercely independent, has gone out. Diane Keaton was more than a performer. She was a revolution in a turtleneck and wide-brimmed hat, an actress who never followed the rules, yet somehow changed them all. Born Diane Hall in Los Angeles, California, she grew up under the wide blue skies of the city she would one day conquer. Her early dreams were shaped not by glamour but by curiosity. Diane loved to watch people, how they moved, spoke, reacted, lived. That gift for observation would later become the soul of her art. In the 1970s, when Hollywood was shifting, Keaton emerged as one of its most original voices. The decade belonged to rebels, and she was among them, unpolished, unpredictable, and utterly authentic. Her first major break came with The Godfather. It's a story as unlikely as any in movie history. Keaton once recalled auditioning for the role of Kay Adams without having read the book, without knowing much about the film or even what she was auditioning for. She was just another young actress hoping for a chance. "I didn't know what I was doing there," she once laughed. "Maybe I'd get a job somehow." And somehow, she did. Francis Ford Coppola saw something in her, a quiet intelligence, a spark of vulnerability, and cast her in the part that would define the start of her long and celebrated career. What's even more remarkable, Diane was cast before Al Pacino had officially landed the role of Michael Corleone. When Pacino was later brought in to read opposite her, the chemistry was undeniable. She remembered standing there as he walked in, and together, they made movie history. It's one of those wild, fateful Hollywood stories, the kind only Diane Keaton could tell with a laugh and a shrug. Her work in The Godfather and its sequels established her as a star. But her next collaboration would make her a legend. In 1977, Annie Hall changed everything. Directed by Woody Allen, the film blurred the line between Diane, the woman, and Annie, the character. She wasn't playing someone else, she was simply being herself. Funny, awkward, real. The film went on to win 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Actress for Keaton. Her oversized blazers, ties, and hats became a cultural phenomenon, inspiring fashion trends for decades. But beyond the look, it was the essence of Annie, vulnerable yet fearless, romantic yet self-reliant, that captured hearts around the world. Keaton never stopped evolving. She moved seamlessly from comedies to dramas, from romantic leads to deeply introspective roles. In Reds, she earned another Oscar nomination, proving she could match Warren Beatty's intensity note for note. In Something's Gotta Give. Opposite Jack Nicholson, she redefined what it meant to be a leading lady at 60. Her performance, open, witty, heartbreakingly honest, earned her another Academy Award nomination and reminded audiences that love and desire have no expiration date. For all her success, Diane Keaton remained wonderfully. She often joked that her career was a string of strange choices, made not by grand design, but by instinct. "It's been an odd life," she said once, smiling. "A privileged life. I mean, I've tried writing, calling. I've done a series of strange things, but I'm still here." And she was joyfully, courageously herself, always. Keaton's humor was dry, her timing flawless, her authenticity unshakable. She never conformed to what Hollywood expected of its leading ladies. She didn't chase perfection, she chased truth. Even her view of legacy was humble. "I don't think about a legacy," she once said. "No, because it's over. Done. We did that. Moving on." But those who loved her, fans, friends, colleagues, knew better. When she said there wouldn't be a legacy, people laughed through their tears. Because how could there not be? Diane Keaton's legacy is everywhere. It's in the laughter she left behind, in the women she inspired to be unapologetically themselves. In the movies that changed what romantic comedy could mean, her friends knew it too. "You just put your feet in cement," one admirer said. "That's your legacy. You're one of the few." And it's true. For every dreamer who ever came to Hollywood, Diane Keaton's story stands as proof that you don't have to be perfect, you just have to be real. Throughout her life, Keaton spoke often about curiosity, her endless fascination with people, with seeing the world anew. "I like my curiosity," she once said. That's the gift of all gifts, to keep looking, to keep seeing. Life keeps changing, and so do we. That was Diane Keaton's true artistry, not in pretending, but in paying attention. She wasn't afraid of aging or solitude or the unconventional path. She never married, choosing instead to build her life on her own terms. In her 50s, she adopted 2 children, Dexter and Duke, who became the center of her world. Motherhood, she said, was the most profound experience of her life. Keaton was also a gifted photographer, author, and preservationist. She documented architecture, wrote best-selling memoirs, and devoted time to saving Los Angeles historic homes. She was an artist in every sense, restless, imaginative, endlessly curious, and through it all, she never lost her sense of humor. Whether she was dancing awkwardly in Annie Hall or playfully teasing co-stars on red carpets, Diane Keaton radiated warmth and mischief. Her laugh, high, unfiltered, contagious, became as iconic as her white suits and oversized glasses. In a world obsessed with image, Keaton taught us that authenticity is the greatest form of beauty. She showed generations that a woman can age with grace, live with independence, and still command the screen with power and poise, even as she reflected on her life. She carried no regrets. "The thing that's wonderful about movies," she said once, "is that you do them, and then they're done. Goodbye." It was her way of saying that art, like life, is about the moment, not the permanence. Tonight, those moments echo louder than ever. From Play It Again, Sam to Father of the Bride, from Baby Boom to The First Wives Club, every frame is a reminder of the woman who made audiences feel seen, understood, and deeply human. There are stars who entertain, and then there are stars who illuminate. Diane Keaton did both. Her passing leaves a space in Hollywood's heart that no one else can fill. The cause of death has not yet been released. Her family has requested privacy during this time. She is survived by her 2 children, Dexter and Duke. "The loves of her life," Diane once said, "I don't want to make the sacrifices everyone talks about. The bottom line is, nobody should have to." That was her truth, a woman who refused to trade her joy for anyone's expectations. She lived her way, and as the world looks back on her extraordinary life, one thing becomes clear. The legacy she claimed not to have built is now carved forever in Hollywood's story. A dreamer from Los Angeles who dared to be different, a woman who made awkwardness magnetic and individuality heroic, a legend who left behind laughter, art, and grace. Diane Keaton, gone at 79, but her voice, her spirit, her curiosity will never fade. Because every time someone watches Annie Hall, or hears that laugh, or dares to be themselves, Diane Keaton lives again.